All right.
All right. The greatest scorer of all time
Drum roll.
is LeBron James.
Oh, we didn't even need a drum
I'm,
roll.
no, no,
Damn.
no. Listen.
Wait,
Listen,
hold on.
be,
Eddie, say that. Eddie, say that again.
LeBron James is the greatest scorer of all time. I'm going to be respectful to you guys. I'm not going to chime in. I'm not going to move my face. I promise you. So please just hear me out.
All right.
Okay?
Start that and say that again and then say why.
Okay. LeBron James is the greatest scorer of all time in NBA history. Why? Nobody has scored as high as him for as long as him. Okay? Consistency is something that has to be accounted. It has to be a part of this. Longevity has to be something that's a part of this. The fact of the matter is, I can throw numbers out there. If you'd like, you want me to start numbers or you want me to wait for the numbers? Because I can throw numbers out there.
No, go ahead. We are all ears, Eddie. The floor is yours.
25 points a game, which is one of the words that you guys said. You guys said 25 points a game. That's part of your rhetoric, right? He's about to have 20 consecutive seasons of that, okay? And forgive me for, I'm going to add the other two people that I know that people are going to consider the highest, the better scores, which is going to be Kobe and Jordan. I wanted to do Kevin Durant, but I didn't have enough time, right? But Michael Jordan has 12 of those years, and Kobe Bryant has 13 of those. No, I'm sorry, swap them. Michael Jordan has 13 of those years. No, 12. They both have 12. Sorry. Michael Jordan has 12, 25 point per game seasons, and Kobe Bryant has 12, okay? If you're going to go ahead and go by total points, right? Not total points, because we already know who got number one, right? But let's go ahead and levels. 1,500 points, right? LeBron James is about to have 20 seasons of 1,500 points. Kobe Bryant had 13 years of that. Jordan had 12, right? Obviously, LeBron James scored. He played a lot longer, but again, he still did it. It still has to be done, right? 2,000-point seasons, right? LeBron James has 10 2,000-point seasons. Kobe Bryant has 8. Michael Jordan has 12. So the edge for the 2,000 points from that has to go to Michael Jordan. But if we go ahead and add in the 3,000 tier, Jordan has 1, and Wilt Chamberlain has 3, right? Has 3,000 seasons, and also 4,000 seasons. So if we're talking about overall points in a season, right? Who we're going to go with? We're probably going to go with Wilt Chamberlain, right? Because at the end of the day, 4,000, 3,000, that's the higher numbers. Nobody got those numbers, right? So then we're going to go ahead and go overall points, regular season and playoffs. LeBron James, within the next year, is going to have 50,000 total points. 50,000 total points. I'm regular season playoffs. Right now, he has 48,000 something, right? 48,100 and something, right? By next year, give or take, he should maybe next year, maybe a little after next year, right? He should have about 50,000 points. That's something else that's probably never going to be touched, okay? This is the problem I have with the whole scoring title thing. LeBron James is never going to lead the league in shot attempts. He's not. He doesn't. He's never led the league in shot attempts, right? Michael Jordan has led it 9 times. Kobe Bryant has led it 6 times. That's surprising. I would have thought more for Kobe Bryant, but he did it 6 times, which, again, he's a shooter. He's going to shoot, right? When it comes to averages, right? Literally, LeBron James, I'm not going to add in Luka Doncic and Joel Embiid, right? They're too new. They haven't played enough to really be there, even though right now they come up on the site, right? But literally, the difference between LeBron James being a top 3 scoring average of all time is what? 0.19? 0.19, that's relatively pretty much the same exact thing, right? Clutch time, right? Clutch time. As far as it goes, LeBron James is in the top, he's in the top 3 in clutch time points, right? I think they said that he was the number 1 in clutch time points. So that means he's scoring the basket when it needs to be scored, right? I couldn't find the number. I just saw it somewhere. So I can't really bring that as a point. Okay. One of my final points here is, let's go ahead. What happens when they all take over 30 shots a game? Because again, to score points, a lot of times you have to take a lot of shots, right? So I did the math. Michael Jordan took 30 shots 99 times, okay, in his career. 99 times he took 30 shots or more. He averaged 43.1 points per game on 49.6% shooting. That's pretty much his average. And when he took 30 shots, he scored his average, right? Kobe Bryant, same exact thing. 86 times he took 30 shots, 42.1, and he shot around his career regular 44.2. Lastly, LeBron James only took 30 shots 34 times in his career, right? Again, 42.5 and 49.2 is the percentage. So he's right there with them. He's right there with them. So the edge for me comes with the longevity of everything. The longevity should never be discounted. For you to go ahead and have there's many people who have longevity, but there's not many who have sustained greatness like he has. And in the scoring aspect of it, he has had sustained excellence for the past 21 years. Or 20 years. I'll give 20 years because the first year he shot like 40%. So that's my argument.
Long ass argument. I ain't even gonna.
It is, but I'm trying to be respectful.
That joke was crazy, man.
I ain't gonna lie. I was trying to. I got lost a little bit. Just trying to get.
I'm sorry, I gave you numbers. It's only gonna be numbers.
You did. I got a little lost. Yeah, I got a little lost. So you going with LeBron because of
Andres,
what I got from that
man how to get his numbers right, man.
So you going with LeBron because of longevity, right? That's your main point.
No, my main point is
basically what it is.
He's on
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is.
But listen to what I'm saying.
Let's get a conclusion, Eddie. Let's get a conclusion.
He's on par. In conclusion, he's on par when they're taking the same amount of shots with the other two that most people will consider the greatest scorers, right? So most people will say Kobe, most people will say Michael Jordan, some people will say Wilt Chamberlain, whatever it is, right? He's on par with them, and he's done it consistently longer. So for me, that's what I go by.
Tom, I don't normally like to pass this off to you, and I hate when you say it, but what you say sometimes about that what you say about that?
No, there's no ifs in sports.
Oh, all right, cool. Next.
But what ifs? I just gave you facts.
You gave me a hypothetical.
At the same time, I gave you their data.
Give me a hypothetical.
They're in the same area. So
Eddie's argument is LeBron is the greatest scorer because he has the most total points. All right, next.
That didn't come out of my mouth, though.
That's what you
said. But that didn't come out of my mouth. You're going to put words in my mouth. No.
I'm summarizing.
No, I didn't say that.
We're getting the Cliff Notes version, Mike. We got the Cliff Notes version, Mike.
Okay. All right. Andres?
All right. While you make great points, Mr. Gonzalez, however, the counter argument is, to a certain extent, I wouldn't agree with you. I'm not going to break it down piece by piece because we'll be here till 3 a.m. and I got work at 2 a.m. So you said that LeBron never took 34 shots. In the NBA Finals in 2015, we all remember what happened.
How you going to take my argument like that?
I didn't say that.
Man.
I didn't say that.
You did say that.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. What
Eddie,
I said.
Eddie, when you spoke, I listened. I'm speaking. You're listening.
Got it. Sorry, I didn't say that.
Don't let it hurt you yet. Take it.
I didn't say that though.
Andres, who's your greatest scorer in all time and why? Because
so I'm gonna keep it short. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. The greatest scorer of all time is Michael Jordan. When you look up, hey Siri, how many players have won 6 NBA championships, averaging 30 points per game on great efficiency? There's only one answer: Michael Jordan. When you look up who got 10 scoring titles in the NBA, there's only one answer: Michael Jordan. When you look up who has 5 seasons averaging 30 points per game on 60% true shooting percentage, guess what? Still Michael Jordan. You want to talk about LeBron James, the longevity, yada, yada, yada. When you look up how many 30-point per game seasons does Steph Curry have on 60% true shooting percentage, you get 2. When you look up LeBron, you only get 1. Another thing, before you like to bring up scoring titles. When you look up scoring titles for James Harden, for example, James Harden has 3 scoring titles. LeBron James has 1. In your eyes, is James Harden a better scorer than LeBron? You're going to say no. Am I right or am I right? I'm right. Thank you. Let me continue. When you compare Kevin Durant to Michael Jordan, people be talking about, oh, Kevin Durant, he's 7 foot, he's this and that. Where is that in the playoffs? Because Kevin Durant doesn't have a single championship where he's averaging 30 points per game on 60% true shooting percentage. He has 0. His most efficient years in his career in the playoffs came playing next to a guy who goes by the name of Steph Curry. So I don't understand why people put Kevin Durant in the conversation. Another mention that comes with hate out of your heart. You mentioned Kobe Bryant, right? Kobe Bryant has multiple championships averaging 30 points per game on good efficiency. But you failed to bring that up as well because you have a shtick that you have to follow. And I get it, it's your personality. But you can't make your argument to downgrade other players just to bring up one player. LeBron is a fantastic scorer. He's probably top 3, top 4, at worst, top 4, at worst. But to say that, oh, Jordan didn't do X, Y, and Z, when there's literally footage of it on NBA YouTube, there's stats of it, just like you brought up the stats, I brought up the stats too. I don't understand how you're trying to discredit 6 playoff runs where he averaged 30 points per game. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6. Michael Jordan made the playoffs 11 years. If you want to discredit the Boston series where he averaged 43 points per game, he had 9 playoff runs where he averaged 30 points per game, man. In 1993, he averaged 34 points per game en route to the finals. He's the only player to average 40 points per game in an NBA Finals, dismantling the Phoenix Suns with Charles Barkley, who won the MVP that year, by the way. Every single year Michael Jordan was in the finals, he was either playing the MVP or he won the MVP. So for you to just sit here and discredit that, I can't let that happen. And I think that's the end of my rant.
I'm so proud.
I am. I'm telling you, Carl. Yo, Carl, I'm telling you, man. Listen, man. Salute to.
It be that set. Us Haitians would say, it be that set.
It be that set. Carl, that was.
Guys, hurry up so I can rebuttal all what he said.
You taught him well. We
got it. Do me a favor.
Ziggs, you not proud of that? Ziggs, that was well said.
Wow. That was massive.
No.
Good, but I think we all need to go. Let's go.
Ziggs, go ahead. Ziggs, go ahead. I know we're trying to go to bed.
No, not go to bed. I want the conversation to keep flowing because Eddie is itching. I know.
No, but Ziggs, you got to get in your Ziggs. Who's the greatest scorer of all time and why?
Oh, okay. So, it's a little difficult because I was going back and forth, right? And the individual I was thinking about, it was hard because it depended on, did I want to go through the record books and go through that way, or do I want to go from my perspective of what I remember watching as a kid growing up? So I'm gonna put the book to the side because I think I'm gonna change my pick. And the individual that I think is the greatest scorer in the NBA game, he definitely wears that Laker logo that Eddie has on his hoodie, but it's definitely not LeBron James, it's Kobe Bryant. For me, growing up, that was the man doing his thing, scoring titles. And one of the things that, I'm not going to make this long-winded, one of the things for me that stands out is we've never seen Jordan on a subpar team, right? We've seen LeBron on a subpar team, right? We've seen Kobe on a subpar team. Out of all 3 of those individuals, the dudes that did the most scoring was Kobe Bryant, who was able to elevate his team more than LeBron James and Michael Jordan. And not Michael Jordan, at LeBron James at his point. We've never seen Mike at his weakest points. We've seen Kobe at his moments playing with Smush Parker and Kwame Brown and still getting to the NBA playoffs. That's got to be important to his ability to put the ball in the basket. You turning your neck to the left like you don't understand what I'm saying, but I'm making perfect sense in all honesty. For me, it's Kobe Bryant. That's who I watched. That's who I came up growing up with. I'm not going to go ahead and say Michael Jordan, although he would have definitely been my pick. But when it comes to LeBron James, he's definitely a great scorer. And I get the longevity argument because when Eddie was talking, it was a lot of thousands. Thousands this, 3,000s that, 4,000s this. So to me, that's telling me, okay, that's totals. You're looking at the longevity of it all. For me, I'm looking at it as well as longevity, which Kobe has, winning, right? Because it's scoring a lead to championships, and we got to keep him in that conversation because I feel like people continuously push him out to make room, for LeBron, and let's not, disrespect what he did because he was out there.
All right, Ziggs, just to correct, you said that you saw Kobe win with, you said the most to win with less, is what you said?
When he was winning most, he was winning
more with less,
but he was still winning with less because he only missed the playoffs once in his run.
You mean the lottery? You mean when he lost Shaq and went to the lottery the next year? Is that what you're talking about?
Hold on. Let me just say one more thing, Eddie. You said that Kobe doesn't have the longevity thing and Jordan's retired.
I didn't say that.
But
I didn't say that. What you're doing, you misunderstanding words.
No. But you said Kobe didn't do this, Kobe didn't do that. You said that multiple times. Can you guys allude to that? I'm not even trying to troll. I'm being dead ass.
Rewind it. I didn't say. Go ahead.
You kept saying what Kobe didn't do. So what did you say that Kobe didn't do? Look at your stats. Tell us what Kobe didn't do.
I put them all in the same category. That's what if I said he didn't do something, it's because he's got 0 runs doing it.
Okay. So, but let me say this though, Ziggs. You're right. Let me say this though, but Ziggs, wouldn't you say LeBron's run to the finals with less kind of counters what you said about Kobe. That's the part to me that's a little confusing.
He only did that.
Well, on the other end, like I said, for me, when I initiated this in the beginning, scoring titles plays a big role in it because that shows your dominance as a scorer in the league, right?
Okay.
Yeah, LeBron's was more impactful. You got to the championship. Yeah, you know, that's definitely cool. But Kobe Bryant is the greatest. I have the most scoring titles. I've scored all throughout my career. I have different array of moves. I'm throwing that in there. You got to be versatile in your scoring. I don't care what nobody say. And LeBron is just not that. I'm sorry, LeBron.
Carl, can I share my screen? Por favor?
No, because Mike didn't get a chance to go yet.
Give him a second. After Mike.
Mike, go ahead. Mike, who's your greatest scorer of all time and why?
Yo, listen. This is actually a really, really tough conversation. No, it's not LeBron. So let's just get that out there now. It's not. Let me ask a question before I answer it. Eddie, so if LeBron's number one, who's number two?
Will Chamberlain.
Why?
Will Chamberlain did a bunch of things that nobody will ever do, but he didn't play as long as LeBron James.
So why isn't it Karl Malone?
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't, personally speaking, I didn't really follow his career. If you're going by the numbers, he should be, but I can't tell you that I liked his style. If you're going by no, he wouldn't be. He wouldn't be. No, he wouldn't be. No.
Why? Because you just didn't like his style, or because you didn't watch him?
He just admitted that he didn't like his style.
I honestly, I didn't like his style. I didn't really watch him. He's on the West Coast. I don't really see him. But when we're talking about overalls, yes, what he did have more than most of those people was that he played every game. Like he played literally like 82 games, like so many times. So his durability, even though LeBron's durability was crazy, Karl Malone's durability was probably a little better.
So more or less, you now concede that you're being biased, right? So you concede.
How am I being biased? I don't think he's the number.
Karl Malone's number 3 all time. So
that's fine, but that's by the totals. But I'm not going based off of that.
But if you did the same thing you did for LeBron,
but Karl I didn't. Malone, no, I didn't.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. If you did the same thing you did for LeBron, because most of your argument was about totals. If you did the same thing you did for LeBron for Karl Malone, it would be the same thing because Karl Malone played 20 years. He's number 3 all time. So you would do the same thing. So you understand that the bulk of your argument is about totals. Then Karl Malone should be your number 2.
I'll let you. I'm gonna let you talk, but I think you missed what I said. Go ahead.
No, wait, Mike, can I throw you an alley? Actually,
go ahead. You know I'm a windmill.
When Kareem was number 1 in scoring, did anyone think he was the greatest scorer of all time?
You weren't alive, bro. You weren't alive.
He was the leading scorer a year ago. It was last year.
But again, Mike. Again, Mike, you guys are taking this and running with it.
Hold on, wait. I got another one. Eddie, let me ask this. Was Kareem the greatest scorer of all time last year?
No, he wasn't. But understand. No, he wasn't. Again, why not? Last year, look, listen. You once again, do me a favor, Carl. I'm begging you. You're gonna clip this, right? You're gonna clip a pieces of this, right? But do me a favor, play the whole thing. Because you're gonna see no. You're gonna see where Mike completely he disregarded what I said because you came up with your own assumption.
Answer his question. I didn't say that.
And
I'm gonna answer his question.
Mike, about me. So do me a favor, Mike. Finish your story, please. I'm sorry. I don't want to interrupt you. Finish your thing.
No, this is a dialogue, my brother.
Okay.
I'll ask you a very legitimate question. We want to know: was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar the greatest scorer ever last year?
No, it was LeBron James.
It was LeBron I got a better question. When did LeBron James become the greatest scorer of all time?
I can't give you a year.
Mic drop.
You're biased.
I can't give you a year.
Thank you. We know it. It's cool.
Okay.
You biased.
It's cool. So do me a favor.
Cool.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter.
So tell me
at
where.
any point.
Okay. So let me flip it. You tell me. So Andres.
I'm gonna give my answer.
When did Michael Jordan become the greatest scorer of all time?
I'm gonna give my answer.
When did he become the greatest scorer of all time?
Okay, so
you can pick a year: 1993, 1996,
94,
1997, 98.
Right.
Any one of those years, bro.
Oh, pick one.
Okay.
Hold on.
So Mike, when you answer, just say the greatest scorer of all time is in them.
The greatest scorer of all time. We all know I've said it. And Andres, I thought you was trying to set me up with error, but it's Wilt Chamberlain, and we know this. This is the most dominant scorer NBA history has ever produced. But like I tell you, I always give the caveat when I talk about, you see, because it's not a cut and dry answer, because I'm going to give credit to the era conversation. It was only 18s, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to give credence to that. So I really have a tie, a two-way tie. Michael Jordan, okay, Wilt Chamberlain, I would declare him because of the dominance, the ability to dominate. A person averaged 50. Wilt, for 6 years, averaged 39 points a game. So, like, when you hear numbers, like, we say Wilt Chamberlain's numbers, and he's called the record book for a reason. So, like, the numbers are ridiculous. So that's a lot of times why we use the era, because we can't conceive of a person that scored 100 points in a game. It seems crazy. And so people think that it never happened. So I'll put him in a separate box. But really, there's two clear ones. Well, not two clear ones, but who I would lean on. And the Michael Jordan, based on what Andre said, those are the numbers I had. I mean, a man scored 10 straight scoring titles. Like, that has to matter, guys. You have 10 straight scoring cycles. But and then my other answer is part of what Zig was saying. Kevin Durant, to me, in terms of skill set, that's the greatest scorer I've ever seen. There's not a thing that I have not seen Kevin Durant do. He can do everything. He can post up. He can shoot efficiently. That's the key. Andre's where he talks about efficiency. Kevin Durant can shoot from three efficiently. He can post up efficiently. He can dunk efficiently. He can do everything offensively efficiently. Everything. So, and I want to get, so in terms of, like Zig said, for what I've seen, Kevin Durant's the greatest scorer I've ever seen. And in terms of can do everything, can do multiple things. Jordan would be the greatest scorer overall. And then there's Wilt. And I want to give flowers to who Zig said, the Mamba, because he was everything that Michael Jordan was, and he could shoot threes. And the footwork was impeccable. Like Kobe, like Zig was talking about when you watched Kobe.
Let me share my screen.
In terms of the ability to score.
But Mike, I kind of just heard you give me 3 answers. I was looking for one.
I did give you 3 answers. I did.
No, he gave you 5. You gave 5.
You snake. All right, so I got to pick one. It's going to be Wilt Chamberlain. But all of the other ones are my honorable mention, but it's going to be Wilt Chamberlain.
Okay, can you just say Wilt Chamberlain is a great scorer because what?
Wilt Chamberlain is the greatest scorer because he was the most dominant scoring in NBA history.
Okay, good. So now I guess it's up for conversation and debate. I guess.
Well, who's yours? Why do you always?
It's Mike. It's Mike, and I think it's clearly it's Mike. I think Andres took the words out of my mouth. Like, he basically said everything in one sense. And I believe Mike has the highest. Well, aside from Wilt, he's second, but I'm saying he averaged 37 in 1 year, 10 scoring titles. His highest averages, and again, when you need a bucket, I always preference this as, again, I need a bucket to win. I'm going Mike. I mean, I know who I need to go to win to win, and we've seen him literally win finals games at the buzzer. You get the ball more than what we saw him do in back-to-back years too, where he won in one game. I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was game 2 in '97, and then in '98 he closed it out with another game to win. So it's Mike. I think it's Mike. Yeah.
Bro, he averaged 40 in the finals. We're never seeing that again.
I just be wanting to say, Will, to be stubborn, it's Michael Jordan. Like,
Carl, can I show my screen now?
I'm changing my pick.
Please.
I'm changing my pick. It's Michael Jordan. That's the greatest scorer ever. Like, let's stop. Like,
I'm sticking with mine. Just Kobe, man. Mike,
sticking with mine too.
Mike was feasting out here all for the Scottie Pippens and the Phil Jacksons, man.
All right, this is for Ziggy. I know we love my stats. So Zig, this right here is a graphic that is adjusting for pace. So you talk about 06. If you put Kobe's 35 points per game adjusted to today's era, this is how much he would average.
Wow. But look, Jordan did that in '86.
He's right under him. And
Jordan averaged 37. If you adjust the pace, it's 38.7.
But how are you maybe I'm slow. How are you adjusting the pace to today's game?
So in 1962, the pace was 131, and then today it's
okay.
And then
today
it's like
okay.
So wait, hold on. So from 1 to 20, Chamberlain is the 1, 2, but Okay, 1, 2, 3,
That's what I
4,
say,
5,
man.
5,
It's
5,
hard.
10,
1, 2,
6,
3.
7, 6. But I don't see LeBron anywhere.
That's what I was about to say.
And you
Anywhere.
know why you're not going to see him there?
I don't see LeBron
Can I tell you why?
anywhere.
Can I tell you why you're not going to see him there? Because there's a point that I made. He's not going to lead the league in shots. All
He
those people
accumulates.
led the league
If
in
he's not
shots
going to lead, because you said that before, and I'm glad
because
you
he
said that.
doesn't do it. He
If he's
doesn't
not
do
going
it.
to
They
lead the
take more
league in
shots.
shots, then why is he in the conversation?
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
why? Okay, no,
Thank
that's
you.
fine.
That's a fair
So
point.
why is
I
he
think-
at this point? Again, you're gonna make excuses. I feel it. It's coming. It's coming right now, right? Kobe Bryant played 20 seasons. LeBron James played 20 seasons. How come LeBron James got about 7,000 more points than him?
I got the
Go ahead.
answer. I got it. Hold on.
Go
Well,
ahead.
I'll give
Go
you a
ahead.
thing. Well, Kobe
Wait,
missing,
listen
didn't
to
Kobe
me.
missing
I
a
got
year?
it. He popped his Achilles.
Yeah.
It's simple. He missed
Simple.
what, 2 seasons.
Okay.
with
Okay,
injury.
and then
Hold
also
on, hold on.
and then
You
the
asked the
beginning of the
question.
year,
Wait,
right?
hold on.
asked
Let
the
him finish
question.
answer.
Let the
Let him
people
finish
answer.
answer it.
Next question. He lost to about 2 seasons because of that injury, right? He also had we're not even gonna talk just that injuries all the time. He had the injury with the Achilles, and then in the beginning of the season, of course, LeBron started right out the gate. Kobe came off the bench.
Yeah.
Okay.
First 2
3
years.
years.
Yeah.
That's
So,
fine.
but for 3
First 2
years.
He got drafted in 97, so you got 90, 97, 98, 99. That's 3 years.
Okay.
What are we doing,
So
Eddie?
what?
What are we
96.
doing,
But was
Eddie?
he in the league?
At,
It
at the
doesn't
same
matter.
at the
97.
same time,
So you're gonna penalize LeBron James for
No.
being
No,
a better
no.
player
When
at
you
that
asked
time.
the question, he gave
You
you
asked
an
the
answer.
question. Yeah, you asked
Okay.
the question,
Gave you
and
an
we're
answer.
answering.
It's an
Okay.
easy answer.
Go ahead.
It's easy.
Okay. Go ahead. Okay. First of all, real quick. Can I just say something?
Yeah,
Andres,
bro.
you didn't listen to me.
I didn't
I
listen.
never said.
I'm
I
hearing
never
you.
said. No. I never said that LeBron James never took 34 shots in a 34 shots in the game.
No, you
I
did.
didn't say that. No, I didn't. Listen to me. I said Michael Jordan took 99 games. He took 30 or more shots. Kobe Bryant, 86 games.
Okay.
30 or more shots. LeBron James, 34 times. He took 30 or more shots. That's exactly what I said. Rewind it.
What's
That's
your
exactly
Okay.
what I said.
Okay,
But
but
what
let
is
me
your
ask
point?
this
That's
in the
exactly
grand
what I
scheme.
said.
Let me say this though.
the
oh,
finals.
okay,
But
Carl.
I'm gonna say in the grand scheme of things, why does that matter?
No,
Thank you.
you've been
Thank
telling
you.
me to hold on to it. I've been holding on to it when I've been misquoted many
But
times.
why does it
Mikey,
matter?
No,
Carl's
but
why
I'm
does it
saying,
matter?
I'm
Because-
asking, but why does that matter though, when you're talking about
did you not
scoring?
see? That's fine. Did you see what Andres was going to do? He was like, Eddie lied to me. First of all, I didn't say that Kobe Bryant didn't do this. When I said Kobe Bryant didn't do this, because you're going to rewind it and then you're going to hear what I said. I said Kobe Bryant and LeBron James never scored 3,000 points in a season. Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, and LeBron James never scored 4,000 points in a season. That's what I said. I'm not tearing them down. I said they were in the same ballpark.
I heard that. You
Yeah,
definitely
and so my whole thing with you, Eddie, and the LeBron fans is that all of a sudden, this is what we've been consistently talking about when it comes to LeBron. There has been a standard of how we've judged things, and you all want us to judge it differently. So now, like you said, you laughed when I said Kevin Durant, but anybody that plays basketball would tell you, and the NBA players would tell you about Kevin Durant's skill set. You're saying skill set doesn't matter. It's just, do you put the ball in the basket? That's not how we evaluate scorers ever. But listen, let me finish. But you want us to adjust it because your man has the total points. He doesn't have the skill set that all of these other people have. So you want us to just judge how much points he scored in total. But you then don't want to do that for Karl Malone. My point is the inconsistency is what we consistently see from LeBron James fans. That's the point. Because skill set matters. Versatility matters. So the fact that MJ had that signature fadeaway, the fact that he could cross you up, he had that mid-range, the fact that he had Kobe with the footwork that was able to post up. All of that matters when we're evaluating great scorers. It's not just who had the most points.
But again, the things that we talk about that, I guess the fact is that we say that constitutes a great scorer. LeBron doesn't have much of them. He doesn't. He only has.
But what did I open with, Carl? What did I open with?
Refresh my memory because you said it.
What I opened with again, which is my point, is 25 points is what we're saying is the average, right? That's part of being part of a great scorer. Okay, Karl Malone, because I just looked right now, has only 12 seasons of 25 points or more in a season. He only had, not saying only, I don't want to say only because that's a lot of seasons, right? Kobe Bryant has 13 seasons of 25 points or more. Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan has 13 seasons, 25 or more. Yes, short career, he only played 15. LeBron James has 20. So for me, he was longer. He stood consistent longer at a high level. That was my point. That was the main point I made. That was what I opened with. That's what I said. I'm saying, let me give you data for everything else.
Well,
but
the
my
counter
main point,
is the counter to that is his peak scoring was never the peak that anyone else had.
But his
He
peak
never
was here.
30. He
But
didn't
his peak
average
was
30
this.
that long. Yes. So there's the difference, but here's the difference between longevity and peak. I'll give you an example.
I think peak matters more. Peak matters more.
Peak matters more. I'm gonna give you an example. We take it a different way. It's a different approach. Let's look at civil rights. John Lewis, one of the great civil rights leaders, God rest his soul, passed away a couple of years ago. John Lewis was 80 years old, did a lot of work. Everybody remembers him for Bloody Sunday when he was there walking across that Edmund Pettus Bridge, did a lot for our community, right? And then went into Congress, had a good congressional career. He was also on that Edmund Pettus Bridge with a man named Martin Luther King Jr., who died at 38. One guy lived to 80, had a long-standing career. One guy died at 38. I'm going to tell you this. There is a holiday after one man. 39. Every major city, there is a street named after one man. Sometimes it doesn't matter that you lived the longest, but who made the most of the impact? When your peak was at such a high point, that's what will stand the test of time. John Lewis is a legend.
That is a crazy analogy.
That's a fair point. But that's a fair point. That's a fair point. But at that point, then we're all wrong. If that's the point you're making, and you're talking about peak, the greatest scorer of all time is Wilt Chamberlain. His peak was unmatched.
That's what I said. But
okay, got it. No, but you changed it to Jordan because you gave into peer pressure. You gave into peer pressure. You're better than that.
Wilt Chamberlain didn't have 10 scoring titles.
It doesn't matter.
Wilt Chamberlain never had 10. He had 7.
Around. Was it even honestly? I don't even know if there was a scoring title around because no one was scoring like him. Was there scoring titles? Does he have any? I don't know.
Eddie. Does scoring titles matter to you, Eddie?
No, he said
no. It doesn't. But that's not what I'm saying.
But why?
Just said what he just said. No. For me, what he just told me is that peak. He said peak is the most important, highest peak, and Andre just agreed. And if that's what we're talking about, the greatest scorer of all time. If that's what he just, I'm just saying.
Actually, to be corrected, it was around during Wilt's time. He has 7 of them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I just said. He had 7.
He had 7.
Okay. MJ has 10. So that's 10. Still part of his peak.
That's fine. But if you're talking about overall scoring, but if let me finish my point. If you're talking about overall scoring peak, before you get to Michael Jordan's 1, you have about 5 of those scoring highs from Wilt Chamberlain. So the higher peak is Wilt Chamberlain if you want to go by that.
I'm gonna counter argument that by saying how many championships did Wilt win, averaging 30 a game in the playoffs.
But you're changing the narrative. I'm
not changing the narrative, bro.
But Eddie, let me ask you this though. But Eddie, though, why wouldn't scoring championships matter in a debate for top scoring of all time?
Because LeBron only has 1. There's an easy answer.
But that's again. What did I lay out? I laid out that he's not going to take the amount of shots. He's not going to take the same amount of shots as everybody.
So
why not?
Because of LeBron,
he don't take amount
you're
of
not
shots.
counting
it. So then tell me why he's got the most. Tell me why he's got the most playoff. Tell me again.
Because he played longer.
Okay. And he played longer at a high clip.
But he played longer. So in other words,
so how can you throw again? So how you can throw Kobe in there? When Kobe playoff and Kobe regular season is around the same, 25 and 25.
Who's a greater scorer, Carmelo or Wilt Chamberlain?
Greater scorer?
Yeah.
Wilt Chamberlain.
But Carmelo has more overall points.
But I never said that.
Greater? He played longer, and it's a trap. I set you in it.
But I was surprised. But again, I was surprised LeBron would even though LeBron's shot selection is down. Should he not have more score? I guess it's who is during his eras. Who is
so Carl? My answer to that is when Eddie said it, I wrote it down. What that means by you never led the league in scoring, it's what Carl is basically saying. When the greatest scorers in NBA history were in the league with you, you never were the greatest scorer at that season. You were always hovering under them. They were always greater scorers. So like you and Kevin Durant, meaning LeBron, you all are playing in the same era, but Kevin Durant has 4 scoring titles. You have 1. That means when the greatest scorers were scoring at a high clip consistently, you were always under them. That's
no,
what
no,
that means.
no, not this. This.
Yeah, but you're under them.
This. It doesn't matter. But he stood here
I
when
got-
the rest of them went like this.
I
When
love
the rest
Ziggy,
of them
yo.
went
My
like
man
this,
is just
he stood
chilling.
here. When the rest of them stood like this, when he stood like this, the rest of them went like this.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah, he played longer.
Okay, again,
He
and
played
as
longer.
he continued to stay like
And
this,
more durability
they
too,
went
because
like
Durant
this.
missed a few
They
seasons with
dropped.
injury.
Yeah, so he
They
played
A
longer.
dropped.
lot.
They
Yeah.
dropped.
Played
Yo,
longer.
Again, they dropped.
Eddie,
Listen, Kevin Durant hasn't gotten to the years of LeBron James. So again, he might stay at 30 points. He really might, right? But at this point, everyone else has fell off.
Yeah,
You could say durability, but they all played off. These people play again. I hate to say it because the only other one who has the 20-year longevity of as a scorer is Kobe Bryant. Please, am I wrong? I'm not trying to take a jab at him. I'm not taking a jab at him. Who else played 20 years that was a scorer like that?
I just asked you, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, right? Was he the greatest scorer of all time?
Okay, so Kareem. Okay, and what did he do? At the end, he dropped more. LeBron James has stood like this.
Okay, but was Kareem ever mentioned as the GOAT scorer?
Time out. You saying LeBron has stayed like this? To your argument, Kevin Durant is only averaged one season averaging under 20 on 25 his rookie year. Yeah. Ever since, other than that, it's been 25, 30, 27, 28, 28, 32, 25, 28,
hold on.
25,
Let me answer
26,
that.
26, hold on, 26, 26, 29, 29. So basically, he's been like this the entire career. He hasn't.
Let me answer that.
Understood. And again, like I told you before, I said I didn't have enough time to look up Kevin Durant. I said that. I looked up what I would think would be the highest scores. I looked up who you guys, again, if I'm talking about the best scorers in basketball, I'm pretty sure most people are going to say Jordan or Kobe. So I did it on dumb. I didn't have enough time.
So it's fair to put KD in there now too? Would you put KD now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wait,
absolutely.
hold on.
Absolutely.
Time the fuck out. Eddie, when you talk about scores, do you think Steph Curry is one of the greatest scorers of all time?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
He's good in my book. All right, we're good in my book. Okay. All right,
wrap
it up.
Can I tell you my list? I made a list.
I'm going next.
Go ahead, Zig. I've been talking.
How many's on the list?
I got 8 on my list. I put them in order.
I got 5.
I put 8.
Right. Let's
go ahead,
Zig.
All right. So I had Mike. I had Mike. I mean, not Mike. I'm bugging. I had Kobe. I had Mike right after that.
Okay.
I had Kobe. Then I had KD. Sorry, KD.
Okay.
I had Mike. Then I had LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had Steph.
That's a fair 5.
No Wilt?
No, bro.
Blood clot Wilt. No Wilt.
Mike?
Yo, I think I'm gonna adjust that.
Yo, I love Mike. Yo, he's like, hold on.
Listen, I'm cool with adjustments.
Listen, off the top of my head.
No, wait. I got you. Look, I had Wilt, most dominant. KD, arguably most skilled. MJ, arguably greatest one-on-one player, most clutch. Kobe, MJ with a consistent three-point shot. Steph changed the game. Melo, bully ball, but had all the moves to score at every level. LeBron, most consistently dominant, most unstoppable going to the basket. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, allegedly most unguardable move, allegedly, because we don't know if it's that unguardable. He just tall. And AI, rules change, most dangerous crossover ever.
I was gonna say, where does Carmelo Anthony get into the conversation?
Because Melo's in there. We remember those arguments, Zig. We all
used to have those Melo arguments.
We remember those.
Yeah, that's all fair. Because again, you look at Eddie when you're looking at what your threshold is. Melo's averages, after his first 2 years, which was 21 and 20, Melo's at 26, 28, 25, 22, 28, 25, 26, 22, 28, 27, 24.
Yeah, but then that fall off.
Yeah, he fell off a cliff after a while. Yeah, he fell off a cliff.
Eddie, all I'm saying is when we talk about scoring historically, you always have to factor in how they got their baskets. You have to. You can't just ignore that and say, well, they just made points, because that's part of what we analyze, especially when it comes to defenders and people having to defend them. Zig, no, he played defense. That matters when you're evaluating a scorer and you saying, he could do the pull-up, but he really can't go left. This is the main thing with me. They always used to say, oh, Mike can't go left. Mike can't force him left. Like, Carl know last year in the final. See, Zig laughing because he knows.
Yeah, because
They
Jaylen Brown
always used to
couldn't
say
go.
that.
Yeah, I
Carl
know.
know Jaylen Brown. Draymond yelled out the scouting report during the finals. He said, force them left. Jaylen Brown can't go left. Zig knows he had 3 left-handed players on one team.
LeBron wasn't shooting until Pop dared him to shoot. I think it was in 2013?
And what did he?
13.
And what else did they
13,
tell him, Andres? They said, LeBron, you got to get in the post. That's
Yeah,
what he went when he went to Miami. They told him, you got to work on your post game. You can't just try to run straight through the basket.
And he wanted to fire Spo over that shit.
But look at how his game evolved, Eddie. So your man even understood, like, yo, I can't just be only going to the basket. I have to have other things in my game. So we have to evaluate that. That's all I'm saying.
All right, off the top of my head, before we go. All right. Mike, no order. No order, so no crying, Eddie. So we got Mike, LeBron, Steph, Kobe, KD, Shaq, Joel Embiid, and James Harden. Those are my 8.
Oh, well, James Harden a bum, so we can't really like put him in there.
I know you hate James Harden, Mike, but
it's not hate. It's not hate.
Nah, I think it's hate.